Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to y'all. It's gonna be a little bit different. I had been doing Bible studies with me, and I had this written down for months now, and I just hadn't made the video, but we're gonna do it today. So today I'm gonna talk about convictions, things that have convicted me after having a baby and during my pregnancy, things that I saw that my perspective changed, having a baby and having a girl at that. I know that it might not have been very different, boy or girl, but especially having a girl in today's world, I don't know, just some things changed and I saw things a lot differently. So first off, we're gonna start with the obvious, which is not being married. When we were at the hospital, it didn't hit me 100% until we were at the hospital, and you know how people take these pictures of the baby and their swaddles and they're in their little the little bassinets that the hospital has next to your bed. Well, I was up taking pictures of her, and I wanted to take a picture with the card that would have her name on it. Well, I got to looking and it just said Baby Romero, or Baby Girl Romero, that's what it said, Baby Girl Romero. And so I'm looking at it, and her actual name, first or last name, was nowhere to be found on anything, not on any of her documents, nothing. And so that hit me so hard. And of course you're emotional after giving birth, and so that hit me so super hard. And I cried, and I was like, well, we don't even have the same last name. And so that's where the conviction really hit me. And it's something probably that sounds silly to people, but when I realized it's my baby, I carried her, and we don't even share a name, our last name. So moving on from that, clothing. I was raised Baptist. I was gonna say Southern Baptist because I'm from South Mississippi, but we were not what you would consider like strict Baptist. Like, we had a TV and I wore jeans and stuff like that. So but talking about clothing, there was things that even when I was younger, when you're, I don't even know, I guess you could just say teenager, there's things that I still didn't wear, and there's things that were trendy, I guess you would say. Like right now, there's the fishnet stockings and wearing lingerie as outerwear. I didn't do those sorts of things. Not to place judgment on anyone who does, but that's not my cup of tea. I would rather wear a pair of jeans with my cowboy boots and a t-shirt. That was me growing up. But I did wear shorts, and I did wear shorter shorts. And now that I have a little girl, if y'all can see Sophia, now that I have a little girl and I'm a mother, I think about, I'm gonna be chasing her around soon. Like, she's starting to crawl, then she'll be running around, and I'm gonna have to bend over. She's gonna drop things. We drop pacifiers all the time. We drop sippy cups and, just things all the time. And I wanna be able to confidently bend over and pick up whatever that is without placing my hand on my shorts or on my dress or whatever it is, my romper, or whatever it is I'm wearing, without being self-conscious about that. And so what I've learned is wearing things that are knee length or to my ankle. That sounds crazy, which I'm already kind of conservative anyways, but as far as bending and crouching down and those sorts of things. Plus, if we're at a family function and I go to bend over or do this or do that, or I'm just sitting down and people are snapping pictures, just random pictures, and they get one of me, in the process of doing something, I don't want it to look inappropriate. I don't want it to look like I'm in college or high school and, don't have any, being carefree, I guess is the word. But I don't know. I just got lots of convictions on clothing. And I don't necessarily mean you have to wear something long sleeve to your, to your hands and then all the way down, you can't even show your toes. Because I still like a good pair of jeans. I I personally don't see anything necessarily wrong with jeans, because there's dresses that are formed fitting that aren't necessarily inappropriate, but you can see curves. And sometimes there's things that you can't hide that I don't think that you should hide. Now, skin, that's one thing, being provocative and showing skin. There's girls that show nipples and, just inappropriate things like that. I see inappropriate that others may not. But I want her to be able, sorry, I was reading my notes, making sure I'm not sidetracked, but I want her to be able to look back at pictures and photographs or videos of us, or just of me or me and Nathan or whoever, and I want her to look up to that, wow, you looked so nice, or I love the dress you're wearing, or, whatever it may be. I want her to be able to use me as an example. I don't want to say, do what I say, but not what I do. I mean, what is that? That's not an example. And that saying shouldn't even exist, in my opinion. But anyway, so moving on from clothing. So marriage and clothing were two, and clothing still. I have dresses that are to my knee or right below my knee, that when I go to bend over, it comes up to mid-thigh, and it still makes me self-conscious. And it has nothing to do with body image. I could wear a bikini and feel confident and perfectly fine at a beach. It's got nothing to do with body image. It's got nothing to do with physically having a baby. Nothing like that. It's my body. It's just mind perspective. It's literally just my mind and things that I see that I didn't before. I see little girls wearing little Nike shorts running around the playground, and used to, I saw nothing wrong with that. You're playing. You can't, as a girl, in my opinion, you can't wear a dress and go play on a playground and swing on the swings and bend over and climb trees. That's more inappropriate than wearing shorts, in my opinion. But ever since I don't know, I just see those things and it's like, oh, I don't know. And I don't know, it just makes me look at things differently. So anyways, moving on from that. TV. What we watch on TV. Come on. Oh my goodness. So what we watch on TV is something else that I have just noticed, just having the baby in the house. She's always been very alert. Ever since she was like 2 months old, she was holding her head up and looking around and just taking and absorbing everything. Well, if me and Nathan don't use curse words and we're not sexual in front of her, why would I want to put that on the TV for her to sit and absorb and watch it anyways? We might as well be doing those things. Or whether it's smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, or abuse. There's a lot of movies nowadays where women are getting abused by husbands or boyfriends, or vice versa. Lots of murder, lots of gory things, or scary movies with silly things like ghosts, or I don't know, just you see fear and there's panic and there's screaming and stuff. I don't know, ever since, and now she's even older, she actually likes watching TV. She's 6 months old now. So in the morning times while I'm preparing breakfast and in the kitchen making my coffee, I turn on cartoons. And then I've noticed there's some cartoons I don't even deem appropriate. But anyways, I just have noticed there's things that I want to just change about I want people to walk in my household. I want her to be living in this household and to come here and this be a safe haven. This be just a place of just, I don't know, I want it to be a place of godliness and just safe, and I want you to walk in and feel relief from the outside world. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You okay? You okay? Oh my goodness. So anyways, so what we watch on TV was something else that I've been convicted about. The next thing is along with TV is media, social media, being on your phone. But let me back up. Another thing that's like watching TV is the radio. I turn something on and there's a woman on the Oh yeah? Are you talking too? Oh my goodness, tell him. Oh my goodness. But country music used to be able to put it on the radio, not necessarily on your phone or YouTube, but on the radio they used to not play anything with cursing. Even on the pop stations it was bleeped out. And then you had, I don't know. It's different than when I grew up than it is now. And country music used to be like, a safe haven for me. I would listen to that all day, any day. And now it's getting to where you can't listen to anything. It don't matter what it is. I mean, the other day I'm sorry, she's reaching for this. The other day I turned on the country station, and there was a country singer, a female, talking about cheating, or I should have cheated on you, or I don't know. It was something so ridiculous, and it didn't even sound good. Sorry, I'm being judgmental, but anyways, it's like, I don't know. This world is something else. But anyways, so to coincide with watching TV and the radio or music in general, I have learned filling the house with worship music on the TV from YouTube has been amazing. But moving on from those to coincide with is social media. I find myself, she's very active if you can't tell, and if I put her on the floor, she'll end up way, in the kitchen. And she loves interacting. She loves to talk. She wants to be the center of attention, and she should be. So, like when you're watching TV, it should be together or not at all. It shouldn't be before your family, that's spouses, that's dating, that's that's your kids, that's anything. And with all of that is the phone, the cell phone. That's a conviction that I feel for Nathan, because that's his struggle, is being on social media. And what I've noticed about 90% of men nowadays, you aren't scrolling on social media to find out who Brittany was or who Sam was or something like that. You're scrolling on social media through videos. They upload TikTok videos, and TikTok is on your phone, and then they've got just Facebook videos of just everything, of all kinds of stuff. And once you click on one, it pulls up 1 million, and then you can be there for 3 hours before you get through every video. And that's something that we are convicted with, that in this household, that is, oh my goodness, is something that I'm seeing even more having a baby in the house, is you shouldn't pick up the phone before you pick up your baby. You shouldn't get so caught up in social media that she says dad for the first time, or mama for the first time, or I sneezes for the first time. It doesn't matter what she's doing. You should notice that first and not be so consumed within social media. And that's for everyone in our generation, really. But that was another conviction that we've been feeling. So another one is having her, which, let me see, I skipped around, I'm sorry. Okay, so attending church regularly. That has been eating me up here lately, because every time we visit home, we've got all kinds of friends and family, and then we've got events to go to, baby showers, or just all kinds of stuff that we only get 2 days when we go home. And so it's hard to manage all of that, and to make sure that instead of staying up on Saturday night with friends or family till midnight, that we go to bed early and on time, not only to keep her on track, but so that we can all wake up on Sunday morning and then go to church. And I'm not making any excuses, but that's where we are right now. And it's very hard trying to balance everything, because we ride in on Friday night and then you got just Saturday. Well, when Saturday's over, you got just Sunday morning for a few hours, and that's when we need to be attending church. And then as soon as that ends, we have to leave immediately and come back home, since we do have the 5-hour drive there and back. So that's where we are. It's hard. It's an easy choice, obviously. It's an obvious choice, but it's hard to make sure that we put that first. Which, saying it out loud sounds so silly, but it is. It's that's something that I feel convicted with, that when we come back home and I unpack our church clothes that are still clean because we didn't wear them, that's where I feel convicted. But anyway, so the next thing was having her dedicated. I was so convicted. God kept talking to me and kept talking to me, and I have friends that have babies the same, within the same month as her, and they all got, dedicated at a month old, 2 months old. I mean, they were baby, newborn. And then here I was, she was 5 months old, and sitting up and babbling and everything. And I don't know, I still feel convicted that I did it so much later. But I know that God was happy and pleased with us, because he was talking to me so much about, I needed to put that first. And the way it worked out, it seemed like we would never get home in time. And then people in the church that we wanted there were attending different things, we're busy. And so it finally worked out to where we could get everything situated, and it all fell into place. Once I put it first, it all fell into place. And so I'm very pleased and very happy that we did that, because I want her to be a part, not necessarily church, but in order to, as a Christian, in order to keep up what we're supposed to be doing and to remember what's wrong and what's right in the eyes of the Lord, being in a church, it helps so much. And so anyways, overall is having her grow up in a godly atmosphere in our home. It doesn't matter if she has friends outside of the home, our home, or if their friends want to come here instead of going over there, or whatever it may be. I want her to carry that godly atmosphere. I want there to be an aura around her of just godliness and holiness, and I want her to reflect who we are and who our household is. And I don't want that to be she goes to a friend's house and snatches her snack out of her hand and says, that's mine, and or her to be a bully when she's at school and she's in middle school, or for her to, I don't know. I know that she's going to make her own decisions, and I know that she's going to fail us. She's going to fail God, because we all fail God every day. We sin every day, and I know that, and I want to be there for her in a godly sense, and I want to teach her why we do or don't do these things through the eyes of the Lord, not necessarily just through the eyes of me and Nathan, her parents, or her earthly parents, but her godly father as well. So, and I don't know, I don't want her to, I know there's a balance there. I don't want her to grow up in such a sheltered home that when she goes to public school, and boys are gross and some females are not any better, and I don't want her going to school and they start talking about things that boys have that girls don't, or just whatever, just the middle school and high school talks that are within public schools. And I'm sure they're everywhere, private, public, doesn't matter. And kids are going to have cell phones with internet access and can Google anything they want. And I don't want her to be so sheltered that she feels traumatized, scared, but also has no clue what they're talking about, no clue what's going on. I want her to already know these things, but to know what's evil and what is good. And that's where I know there's a fine balance between the two. But hopefully we will just pray and pray and pray, and God will show us on the best way on how to raise her. So anyways, can you say bye-bye? Yeah, can you say bye-bye? Look. Say bye-bye. You wave! Say bye-bye. So anyways, those are the main convictions. I'm sure there's some little things here and there I feel, but overall it was clothing, marriage, TV, radio, social media, put all that in one, and attending church and getting her dedicated. So there were 5 overall convictions that I had been feeling since having a baby. So, oh yeah? Say, okay. Say, we will see you later. Say, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.